Protea is AI-driven cost planning software for owners and designers that allows unlimited design and programmatic combinations. It provides transparency into design decisions by instantly providing real-time costs of sites, buildings, and building systems. Protea reduces delays caused by traditional cost estimating services and minimizes rework throughout the design process. Protea allows users to generate cost estimate reports with standard uniformat core and shell fit-out, including site development, site utilities, and building and site detail. These reports also include executive summaries and graphs that present the data in various ways. The reports can be saved and downloaded as PDF or Excel files. Protea is software that can be used in your internet browser and mobile devices, and it seamlessly integrates with your 3D design software to provide cost estimates while you design your projects. The remainder of this video demonstrates how Protea's software operates. When the user selects Create New Project, they will be taken to the Project Parameter Input page. This input page comprises 7 broad categories of input and 1 output window, which allows the user to both input parameters while receiving real-time output of the cost implications of the parametric choices. Project Setup, Construction Schedule, Contingencies, Soft Costs, Building Systems Parameters, Building Space Program Parameters, and Site Parameters. The Building Systems Parameters, Building Space Program Parameters, and Site Parameters are related to the building type that is selected and are predefined. The output window registers the impact on the building construction cost and total project cost that the user has by entering information and making choices, and displays these updated costs in real time. When the user is creating or modifying a project, they may input or edit the information in the Project Setup section. In this section, the user inputs information into the following fields: building type, such as academic classroom; construction type, such as new, renovation, TI, and deferred maintenance; site work, which can be excluded for all construction types except new construction; location of the project; and project delivery strategy, or the type of construction contract. The input and selections in this section memorialize the setup of the cost model and determine the most macro cost drivers such as building type, construction type, the inclusion or exclusion of site work, the location, and the project delivery strategy. Users may input or edit the information in the construction schedule section on the left-hand side of the input page. In this section, the user inputs information into the following fields: estimate date, construction start date, and construction duration in months. The user also selects items from the following drop-down menu based on their specific project: escalate to, which can be the estimate date, the construction start, the midpoint, or the duration of the construction. The selections in this section memorialize the timing of the cost model and drive the cost escalation contingency calculation in the contingency sections below. In the contingency section, the user inputs information into or edits existing information in the design contingency field. The software also displays the contingencies that have been determined by 2 earlier decisions: construction contingency based on the project delivery strategy and escalation contingency based on the inputs and decisions in the construction schedule section. The design contingency can act as strictly design contingency, or both a design contingency and a bidding contingency to vary the aggregate of all 3 contingencies in this section. Users may input the soft costs in the soft cost section on the left-hand side of the input page. The user has the choice of including or excluding soft costs from their cost model. The user inputs information into or edits existing information in the following fields: design fees, FFE, technology, contingency, miscellaneous. The selection of soft cost percentages are aggregated and not compounded and apply to the total construction cost in the cost model. In the Building System Parameters section located in the center of the input page, the user may input or edit the various building systems, including gross floor area, or GFA, number of levels, below grade levels and above grade levels, basement and above grade floor to floor heights, floor plate width, footprint areas, design expectations, performance criteria, cladding ratio, which is a resulted ratio based on number of levels, floor-to-floor heights, and floor plate width, and cannot be altered by the user. Glazing ratio, vertical and horizontal surface articulation factor, roof terrace ratio, floor and roof structure type, site constraint and soil condition, plumbing, HVAC, electrical and fire protection, building plant, special construction, facility remediation, and demolition. The selections and decisions made in the building systems parameter section will drive many of the building core and shell costs. In the Building Space Program Parameters section, the user inputs information into or edits existing information comprising the building space program. This section is broken down into the assignable area and the gross-up area. The program elements are based on building type and are predefined by Protea. However, these can be customized for each user as required. When adjusting the assignable area, first determine the building efficiency. When adjusting the gross-up area, the walls and shafts will be the residual area remaining after decisions about restrooms, circulation, and MEP spaces have been determined. The selections and decisions made in the Building Space Program Parameter section will drive both core and shell and fit-out costs across building interiors and MEP sections of the cost model, reflected in the real-time cost output calculation on the right of the screen. The user may input or edit the site development, site infrastructure utility, and site civil utility systems in the Site Parameters section located in the center and bottom of the input page. The user may adjust the site development, site infrastructure utility, and site civil utility systems. The input fields and drop-down menus in this section are the following fields: gross site area, site preparation, site development, site infrastructure services, and civil site service, hot water, steam or condensate, chilled water supply and return, electrical site, civil water and firewater, sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and gas. Protea allows users to generate cost estimate reports with standard uniformat core and shell fit-out, including site development, site utilities, and building and site detail. These reports also include executive summaries and graphs that present the data in various ways. The reports can be saved and downloaded as PDF or Excel files. The parameters in the Revit plugin work in basically the same way as Protea's standalone web application. For example, the designer can toggle between the model representing a laboratory building or an academic classroom. The window below includes Protea's cost estimates, powered by Protea's proprietary cost modeling algorithms. This window can be collapsed into just overall costs or expanded to show detailed costs. As soon as the designer changes any of the drop-down parameters, Protea updates the cost of the building accordingly and will tell the user which aspects of the cost changed, as reflected in the green highlighted numbers in the cost estimate window. These real-time cost estimate updates are similar to those that result from changes made by the designer in Protea's web application. Protea's Revit plugin software allows designers to make changes directly to their 3D building designs in Revit, as they would normally do. While the user changes their design, the numbers representing various building parameters are updated in real time in the Protea window on the right of the 3D drawing. Once the designer is satisfied with the changes to the drawing, the designer can press the Protea button to recalculate the cost estimate of the building based on the revised drawing. Protea's proprietary algorithms fill out the relevant fields of the cost model based on what it's taken off from Revit in the Revit Building Parameters window. The designer can generate a complete cost estimate report based on the full cost model, similar to the report available of Protea's web application. The user can choose where to save the PDF report, and Protea will also save a copy of the report and the project in Protea's cloud. Since Protea is seamlessly integrated with Revit, the designer can access the generated report and the design project in Protea's web application.